There have been a lot of stories in the news recently, especially about the negative impacts of too much sugar in our diets. But when it's everywhere, both naturally and artificially in almost all the foods we eat, how do we limit our intake, and should we have to? Here to help us get the facts today is Erica Sandos. She is a registered dietitian with UW Health, and she is back with us. Erica, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate you having us here. All right, a lot of stories in the news recently. Just, I guess, if you can summarize for us what they are saying about sugar. We're hearing a lot more about it right now.
We are, and most of what we have heard up until this point has been encouraging us to decrease our sugar intake because it's a source of extra calories with no vitamins, minerals, or other nutrients. But these recent studies and experts in the field are suggesting that excess sugar can actually increase our risk for heart disease and cancer.
So a lot of chronic diseases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep.
Are people taking this seriously, though, and how hard is it to take it seriously when, I mean, sugar is in everything. I often find friends, actually, who are giving their kids fruit drinks, thinking that they might be healthier options. And when I've said, have you looked at the sugar content in them, they're stunned.
They're loaded. Yeah, they are. So it isn't that people need to stay away from sugar altogether. There are some foods that are good sources of natural sugar, fruit, milk, plain yogurt. It's really added sugars that these experts are concerned about. And the American Heart Association recommends that women limit to 25 grams per day, which is equal to 6 teaspoons.
Which is 1 bottle of juice, actually, in some cases.
Or less,
maybe.
Men, they're encouraging to limit to less than 37.5 grams per day, which is equal to 9 teaspoons. And you can find that on all your food labels. It'll list sugar in grams.
I was going to say, it sounds like that's a lot, but really.
It adds up quickly.
It adds up quickly. Okay, good guideline as to how much added sugar. You just gave us those numbers. What can people do to reduce their intake? If we're talking about, you know, you have breakfast cereal, even, you know, we have grapefruit in the morning often, but we'll sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it. If my daughter has, for instance, say, jam on a piece of toast or a yogurt drink, where are we at?
Without adding it up throughout the course of the day, it's hard to know, but there are definitely some tips you can use to cut back on your intake. So a couple things you can do: think about the types of drinks that you're having. Sugar sweetened beverages are a way that we get a lot of extra sugar.
Artificial sweeteners?
Well, artificial.
There's a whole other debate on that.
Yeah, there's a whole other debate. Maybe we'll save that for another week. But sugar sweetened beverages, take a look at that. 1 can of regular soda is going to have more than what's recommended for anybody per day. Fruit juice, flavored milk, sports drinks.
Just be aware. So 28 for women, 37 for men.
25 for women.
25 for women. All right.
Other things you can do if you are in the mood for something sweet. Opt
Real
for
quick,
something
I've got a wrap.
Naturally sweet, or something that is low in added sugar, like a dark chocolate.
Okay. Dark chocolate, always good. Go with it. Erica, thank you so much.
Thanks
we really
for having
appreciate
me.
you coming in today. Stay with us. Final check on your forecast and traffic when we come back.